Too many times we have excuses to tell the Lord. Here's a story. So last week, well, actually 2 weeks ago, I was saying to the Lord, and I was just sitting there in a posture of feeling defeated. I was like, Lord, I never thought I would get to this point that I would tell you no. Because transparency is that the Lord had called me to quit my job and to go straight into full-time ministry, full-time entrepreneurship, and I was so excited. But then I got to the place where I was like, Lord, I don't know where these finances gonna come from. And you told me to do this, do that, do that. And I was like, Lord, I don't know how this one is going to happen. I was like, Lord, okay, for me to do this, I want to see this happen. But instead, he gave me a verse. I never seen a righteous forsaken nor their seed begging for bread. And I was like, yeah, Lord, I, I, I get that. He was like, do you? Do you? And when I thought back, I realized I've been living in the supernatural. I've been living in a way that makes no sense. I've been doing things that makes no sense. Where I would have thought money would have tapped out, it hasn't. Why? Because I realized a lot of times we're waiting to see the much when the Lord is asking you to do with what you have. Sometimes we're waiting on the fullness and don't want to do with what we have at the moment. Sometimes we are waiting to see a big thing when he's like, what are you going to do when the small thing? Because the Lord said he's happy to see you start. And many times we just want to get to the finish line. Many times we just want to get to the middle. We don't want to see the start because a lot of times the start looks ugly. It doesn't look how we want it to look. It doesn't look how we pictured it or the vision that the Lord gave us. But faith calls for action. Faith calls you to move and to believe. Sometimes all we have to say is, like Mary, so be it unto me, Lord, according to your word. He will make everything happen. But sometimes we are waiting for other things before we even move. So let this be a message to you. Move. Love you. Toodles.